welcome to another episode of Deep Mountain Security. Today I kind of want to go over a little utility that makes life easier when you're trying to protect sensitive data on your machine. I'll post links to this down below, but the software is called VeraCrypt. You can get it off of their old website, which is this one, but I recommend pulling it off of their new website, and I'll post the link to the new one down below so that way you guys can be able to get to that easily. But anyways, we're going to go over to downloads, and you'll notice that this is open source. Probably one of my favorite parts about this, if you look right here, it's an open source disk encryption tool with strong security for the paranoid. So this is good stuff. So you can see that it's available for pretty much every major operating system out there, including Raspberry, and if you really want to put this on your Raspberry Pi. So that's honestly pretty neat, but I'm in Windows right now, so we're going to go ahead and download it. And I do recommend checking the signature to make sure that you've downloaded a valid copy of the program and not someone's modified version of that. But that's a video for another day, so we won't worry about that for right now. So as soon as your download finishes downloading, we're going to go ahead and run that. We'll go ahead and open up our downloads folder and go run it. And so this will take you through the setup to get everything ready to go. And then it's a pretty simple, straightforward process. You can just extract it, not install it if you want to. So that way you could just run it in like a portable mode. I'm actually going to install it on my system. And I'm just going to leave it the defaults for now because that's good enough for me. And when it's installed, it'll say done, and then we click finish. And then if you want, you can click this yes button, and it'll open up this nice little tutorial that'll take you through how to create a container and do all kinds of stuff. So if you have the time, I do recommend reading through this because this is just really fantastic. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and go run VeraCrypt. And you can see that we can just go through and just like encrypt actual drives if we really wanted to. But anyways, so we could follow this and just like do all kinds of stuff. But anyways, so let's go ahead and create a new volume. And then we're just gonna do a file because that's what I feel like doing. You can create it hidden if you really wanted to, and then we're gonna go select a file, and if we go to my downloads, maybe I want to encrypt this 7-zip folder that I have right there. So do we want to replace it? We'll click yes, then click next, and then they don't think we should encrypt them, but anyways, we'll go ahead and click yes just because then you get to select your algorithm. And so I could spend quite a while on algorithms and what you might want to use or whatever, but we'll just leave it at the default right here, and not worry about it. You could click test if you wanted to, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and click next. And so then we could specify a size. Let's go ahead and specify, I don't know, let's give it 500 megabytes. That should be plenty. And then we can create a password. Now, if you've watched my video on passwords versus passphrases, you shouldn't be using a password, you should be using a passphrase, so that's what I'm going to use here. And FYI, that's only 3 words, and it's very secure. If you can make sure and type it right. Anyways, so then, you can kind of go through here, so might help if I spelled that right, actually. So you make sure that you spell your passwords right, because that'd help. But anyways, so after we've got our passwords correct, then you can go ahead and click next. In which case, it'll, as I move my mouse around, it'll kind of create some randomness from it. And Python's, or not Python's, Putty's key generator for creating keys also does the same thing. And then we'll go ahead and click Format. And it already exists. So we're going to click Yes. And so this is actually really funny. So now we're going to have a new volume here. And since we've already gone through this, we're just going to be done. So now we can go mount it. Or no, let me go select the file. Go to my downloads, select my application, and then click mount. We'll go ahead and put our password in here. If I typed that right. Nope, I sure did not. Anyways, so make sure you type your stuff right. And then you can go ahead and click OK. And then it should mount it. And once again, it really doesn't like that extension. But you could use this with a text file or whatever else you want. But anyways, so now we can go ahead and go take a look. And you're going to notice we've got this new disk H here. And so what this H disk is actually a that exe file. And now I can move stuff into and out of this file. And this is honestly really funny. So let's go ahead and go find some more files in my download folder. So maybe I take this clt.7z and I'm going to go ahead and copy that into there. And maybe, I don't know, something else that's small, this DSL thing, and maybe yummy, you know. So I'm going to copy a couple of these files into here, and hopefully, no, I don't want to run it, I just want to copy it. So we're going to copy that. So now you're going to notice we've got a couple of different files in here. And then we can go back into here, and we can go ahead and go dismount. And now we've got, if you notice, we go back in here, we've got this application here, this .exe file. We can go into our properties. It's 500 megabytes in size. You know, so if you specified something more random, it'd look even more random and nobody would have any idea of what it was. We can go through some different things here, you know, details. It's just going to say it's an application. It's not going to have like a ton of stuff in it. But if we go ahead and try to double click on that, it's like, you can't run it because who knows why. So anyways, you know, we could do that with a text file or a couple of other things. But now we've got this encrypted archive there, and it's fairly secure. You know, the longer the password, the more complex it is, more so on length and complexity, the more secure it's going to be. So you notice you can have quite a handful of drives or files here, and you can mount and encrypt and have all kinds of stuff all day long. But I just kind of wanted to quickly go over this tool so you guys can know how easy it is to just take a file and encrypt, you know, encrypt some stuff. And now we're encrypting, we have an entire encrypted disk within the file. But anyways, so I'll post a link to this down below so that way you guys can take a look at it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and got something out of it, and have a good day.